So, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it, if we had a massive world debate, which is impossible, on the outcome of the war in the Middle East, if you can call it a war. It's more like an invasion. I don't know what's right or what's wrong, but it would be interesting to know what everybody thought about what the outcome might be, as far as I'm concerned, in spite of the terrible horrors of the slaughter of innocent Israelis by Hamas, which is unforgivable. I still don't think that that justifies the horrors of the bombing and the outright genocide in Gaza. After all, Gaza is no more than a gigantic open prison, 25 miles long and about 5 miles wide. They can't even go fishing off their own waters. I mean, I just don't know what it must be like growing up from being a child in Gaza. By the time you're 16, you'll be so radicalized, so angry, and so full of venom and revenge. It's not surprising that this terrible massacre occurred in Israel. It's unforgivable, but it's understandable. What is not understandable is Israel's response. And then, of course, we have the other so-called terrorist outfit, Hezbollah. And so, once again, the Israelis kick off, and because of their massive, massive support from America, they're able to bomb the crap out of the place, which is what they're doing, with impunity. And then, of course, they're able and powerful enough to go and drop bombs all over Iran. The Americans then join in on all sorts of excuses, such as a nuclear weapon being developed and all this terrorism all over the place, which doesn't really help anybody. And of course, eventually some form of settlement or peace will occur between America and Iran. But what do you think will happen regarding Israel? Do you think they'll just quieten down, let things lie fallow for about a year, and then start finding another excuse for genocide once again in Gaza and more bombing of Lebanon? Do you think they will ever achieve their aim, which is to increase the size of Israel and get rid of what was once Palestine once and for all? And even if that did happen, let's just imagine in 10, 15 years' time, there's no Palestine at all. It's just Israel bordering Syria, Egypt, Jordan, and Iran. What is Israel going to do then? How's it going to defend its borders from an Iran that may still be, basically a terrorist state or a hyper-religious state? I don't think that in my lifetime there's ever going to be any resolution unless, and of course it's a huge unless, the Americans stop aiding Israel and the West in general begins to force Israel into a solution. And the only solution is to have a single parliament, a single government ruling the whole of Palestine with Arabs and Jews combined. And that's a long, long way off. It's happened, but it's a long way off. I'd love to know what your response is. I'm not anti-Jewish and I'm not anti-Muslim, but surely to God they can live side by side without killing each other. After all, they did. Before the First World War, there were Jewish settlers for centuries and centuries in Palestine living alongside Palestinians. So it can happen, and it should go back and happen again. Anyway, have a good Sunday.